I don't do, I don't do these unless it's you or Nico or Ledge. I might fuck with Ledge when I fuck with Ledge. Ledge my brother. I might fuck with Ledge when I fuck with Ledge.
What up, though? What up, though, Ledge here. Calicoe versus Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty versus Calicoe. Part of Takeover Battle League's card that they had not too long ago. Obviously headlined by Murder Mook and Hitman. Bulletproof. One of the better battles on the card. One of the better battles of the year, to be honest with you. You're going to be hard-pressed to find a battle, especially with the contrasting styles, because they're so opposite from one another. You talk about just aura presence and real, like, just a unique style of his own with Calicoe, and you talk about the punching prowess and just the overall consistency of bars from Rum throughout his whole career. This was a really, really dope battle. First round, I believe Calicoe started off first, right? And you can tell when it's serious Cal or when it's like Cal just here to kind of just cruise through and do what he does. I think he gets he gets seriously irritated with certain people when certain people get love. And I feel like Rum is the one that irritates him because, he feels like being one-dimensional, just punching. That kind of really bothers him. So he wanted to prove a point, like, what can you do against someone who's more than that, who can do a lot more than just punch and can really talk to your soul, can really, captivate the crowd, keep their attention, and do all that stuff. And I think he showed in that first round pretty early that he was serious. I think bringing in like the hustle stuff about Rum writing for Hustle was dope. I think just him making some city references, me being from Detroit, I relate to some of that stuff. And just his tone kind of set it off like, yo, I'm here to really win and just, kind of establish like some pressure to apply on Rum, because Rum can come out the blocks a little slow every now and then. So you got to really kind of turn up to get him to turn up to make a good one. And Cal was on one, bro, from the get-go.
So no striker. We sliding in spaceships. I'm talking a Mercedes-Benz with crazy tint. Youngin' know his money no good to me. Only bodies he can pay me with. Tall, nappy head nigga. Come through shooting on some KD shit. Not missing nothing.
Like he was on that. He was on that. And what I like is from beginning to the end, he threw a little jokes in there with Hustle and Jazz and stuff like that. So he showed a little bit of the comedic side that, like I've said for a long time, Michigan, while you got Cal and Clean who be talking that gangster stuff and that hard, violent content, they all got a sense of humor too. Like that's why I say, Michigan as a battle rap state, we're just special because you got the violent side, but you also got clowning you, joking all day side. And I think he showed that in abundance in the first round, and it was a really strong round. Rum comes after him, and I don't know if this was like a rebuttal or a pre-buttal, but opening line was like pretty much speaking to the whole Hustle thing. I think he kind of knew that was coming, so I want to say it was a pre-buttal because I don't really know Rum for rebuttaling too much. I may have seen him do it once or twice. But it was slick though. He said like it was like Hustle Man, pick up the pieces or something like that. It was like a bar like that, and I was like, damn, that's dope. And then it kind of kicked him off as well. Now I will say the difference in his round to Calicoe, and I'm a slight edge the first round of Calicoe, is I felt like I stated, he does kind of take a little time to heat up. But because when you punch so much, like it's just going to take a minute, man. It's going to take a minute for the punches to start landing when you're just throwing them constantly. You're not setting them up with no jabs. You're not going attacking the body. You just going head hunting with punches. You're going to miss a few. They're going to get prairie. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get blocked a couple times. But, once he started cooking, it was on something different. You know what I'm saying?
Eat dirt. I don't know what he was thinking, but he said his own daughter was fine as hell. I don't see a reason. I mean, there's certain terminologies you can use. I thought he was tweaking. I'm like, come on, my nigga, fine. Your daughter, Liam Neeson. He's the...
That was crazy. And that was a different, for me, that style of punching for him is so dope. I wish he can do like that more often, where he kind of like builds a look. That's like a mini topic, a mini angle, and then he punches with it. He ain't just dump the pole, lump the low, something, and then like do a name flip or something like that. Like he built that up, you know what I'm saying? Because that is something that Calicoe said. I believe he said that on Twitter a long time ago. Like, my daughter fine as shit, and people like, yo, I don't like, why are you calling her that? You could say I got a beautiful young daughter or whatever. So people didn't like the terminology, and for Rum to use that, flip it, and make a Liam Neeson bar out of it was crazy. So, but in that, if you see that part, that's like a little bit towards the middle section, hit going back towards the end, and that's what I was talking about. He was on that type of time towards the halfway mark of his round for me, which is why I give Calicoe the first, because I feel like first from the opening lines all the way towards the end, you know what I'm saying, I feel like he was just consistently good. As we move on to the second round, Calicoe was back at it again.
I got scuba gear, a bunch of harpoons that'll shake the room like a drum line. Oops, I mean a rum line. Get your popcorn, bitch, it's crunch time. Them niggas not going, bitch, we solid on that front line. These rappers ain't shit. These rappers ain't shit. I look at them as lunch. My auntie told me Rum had a kick. I'm finding out it only got a punch. Hey.
Like, he was on that, man. He was on that. And I think, to be honest, his second round was his best round. Second round was his best round. He really, really got into a different bag in that one. Now I wouldn't say a different bag. He got into an even more serious bag. Like, he wasn't joking as much. He was so focused on the target. They was wanting him to like say stuff back, and he kind of didn't want to go back. He wanted to kind of just get through his material because he felt like he had a lot of important stuff to address. I think he mentioned Gotti in that round about, you know what I'm saying, he had like these baby boy references and stuff like that. And I just think it hit. It hit. And I want to say the crowd in the second round was leaning towards him as well, but that doesn't really determine who I got in that round, although I do got Calicoe, but it's more so about how on point he was throughout the whole section of that round. He was kind of just bombing away at some point where it was like, ooh, this is gonna get ugly. But to Rum's credit, he wasn't going out without a fight, bro. He wasn't. I don't know what y'all thought this was. It's Nitty.
Potent, deadly, bro, get buried. Should have been got smoked already. I was like, come outside. You ain't got to hide, Calicoe. It's open carry, toting heavy.
That boy was. I think he said something like the piggy bank slot receiver and stuff like that. He was going. Hey, Rum was going crazy. Rum is by far the best puncher in battle rap history, bro. I don't even think that's kind of like a duh statement. That's like saying Steph is the best shooter of all time in the NBA. It's like a known fact now. So that was a really close round as well. Again, I edged that to Calicoe. I just feel like some of the stuff he had just weighed heavy. And I think even how he started the round, he was like, something is different. Something it's different. He said like the birds can't fly with me on the plane, so they swimming or something like that. It was his delivery. Sometimes he'll slow flow it like that. Sometimes he'll speed it up. Sometimes he get into that pocket where you feel like, man, he noticed it's too good. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because a lot of people don't think I like Calicoe. People from the city, like, man, he from the city, you don't even rock with him. It's not that I don't rock with him. Actually, what it is, I rock with his music, and I know when he's spinning bars from his music. So I don't be giving him the same amount of love sometimes. Y'all do, because y'all don't really listen to his music like that. But sometimes, and I ain't gonna say certain, you know, I ain't gonna call him out on it. He know it's his, but I'll be hearing that, I'm like, oh, that's that joint from what's his name, like, but y'all don't know because y'all don't rock with his music like that. So that's why it seems like I don't rock with Cal the way people think, but I do, and I think this is one of his best performances in a minute. I think this was up there with the Hitman performance. I think it's better than the Hitman performance. I think it's one of his better ones in recent memory to me. And he did get that second one to me. The third round though, that was all Nitty. That was all Nitty. I think that was Nitty's best round, or up there with one of his best rounds in the battle. I do think Cal was definitely like piecing stuff together, freestyling, using again some stuff that was probably from a record that he had, and he was very choppy, very slow. I didn't know, sometimes like he was about to stop and not say anything, and then sometimes like he just wanted to see if he can freestyle something together, so it was a little weird. Meanwhile, Rum was just Rum consistently punching. He had a bar in there, something about the WWF song that Cal made years ago, and he was like, yo, it wasn't, what he say? He said something, it lacked substance, but no wonder you call it WWF, because it wasn't really hitting on nothing. That was cold. Nitty cold, bro. Nitty cold. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him the third. That was cold. Nitty got the third for sure. I gave Calicoe the first 2 rounds. I want to say the first one was a little closer than the second round to me. So if you want to give Nitty that round, I'm not completely upset with that. But I definitely got Cal in the second. He was on one. And I definitely got Nitty in the third. Overall, like I said, one of the better battles of the year. It's crazy. I put this up there with, like, to me, I don't know what's battle of the year right now. I know I said King versus Danny, but Danny had a round like Calicoe in his third where it was very choppy. So it's hard to really, it's like you was one complete round away from really just submitting where this battle was placed. You know what I'm saying? There's other battles that probably doesn't get the same amount of attention, but might be a little bit better because all rounds were clear and concise and there was no choppiness to it. But both of those battles are up there. This one is up there as well. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about that one. And I'll let y'all let me know what else should I recap, man. Like I said, it's Hollywood Ledge, man. I'm only recapping stuff that's hot with big names, man. Because y'all don't care about the small names. Y'all don't care about the little local leagues. So I'm gonna keep it mainstream, man. Mainstream Ledge in the building. All right, peace and love.